I'm Karen Grete from Scandinavian Today. Since Christmas is just about around the corner, I thought I'd better make a delicious and pretty Nutella Christmas tree. And there's some work involved with it, but I think the result is great. So let's start mixing the ingredients and let me know what you think. So here you see the ingredients for my Christmas tree. I'm going to use the following: 3 cups of flour. I have 1 cup of milk, 3 tablespoons of butter. I have an 8 teaspoons of salt, and we have 2 teaspoons of yeast, 1 large egg. I'm going to use 2 ounces of marzipan, and also here is sugar, and that's about let's see now, a 1/3 cup of sugar. And finally I'm going to use Nutella and crystallized sugar. So I heated up the milk to about 110 degrees. It's perfect. I pour in the milk. Now I add a little bit of the sugar, about 1/3 of the sugar. That should be fine. And a little bit of the flour as well. And then I add the yeast, 2 teaspoons of yeast. And I'm mixing it up. And I'm going to leave this for about half an hour to let the yeast develop. Okay. And here you see, this is nice and bubbly. It took about half an hour. So I'm going to add it all to my mixer. So I'll pour the yeast mixture into the bowl. So I melted the butter. I'm adding that as well. I'm adding the remaining sugar. Also I'm going to add a little bit of marzipan. And then I have 1 egg. I'm adding that as well. And I'm going to mix it up before I add the remaining flour. And I keep adding the flour little by little. I turn it off in between a couple of times and then I start it again. So I turned off the mixer and I'll now finish it by hand. And here I keep kneading until it feels just right. Just a couple of minutes. The mixer did it for at least 5 minutes. I roll the dough into a ball. I'm now going to cut it into 4 pieces. 4 equal pieces. Okay, here it's in half. And then I cut each piece in half again. So here we have 3 pieces in a bowl waiting to be rolled out. And this piece here, okay, I have to shape it. And of course, I have to shape it kind of like a triangle in a way, and then roll it out. Make sure you have flour on the rolling pin, and then keep shaping it to this so it looks like a Christmas tree. You can stretch it by hand. Here we have the triangle on a piece of parchment paper, and now I'm going to spread out the Nutella on it. And I heated up the Nutella for about 10 seconds, not much more, in the oven because it makes it easier to spread out, as you can tell. And I just want a thin layer, not a thick layer, because that will make it more difficult, but a thin layer. And I think this is just fine now. And I'm working on the second piece for the Christmas tree. And again, stretch it. Roll it. And then again, of course, I have to have the trunk up here, so I cut out a little bit before I add the Nutella. Or you can cut it out later on, you don't need to do it right away, because it might work out better if you could wait a little bit, but I cut it out now, so that should be fine. And now I spread on the Nutella, and I put it in a microwave oven for about 10 seconds. That's sufficient. And you can see it's much easier to spread out now. And I'm going to put that on top of the first piece. And you might have to stretch it a little bit when you put it on, so they fit. Oh, looks like I made this a little bit longer, but that's okay, I'll just cut it off. And I'm now rolling out the third layer. Of course, I'm also going to put Nutella on this layer, whereas the very last layer will not have any Nutella on it. And I think it's almost there. Not quite, but pretty close. And I put it on top of the other two pieces. Okay, here we go. And I now spread this Nutella on the very last piece, and it's nice and smooth. And I'm rolling out the last piece of dough. And again, I stretch it by hand, and then I roll it. Lining it up with a rolling pin, and cut through all three layers so we get each side even. Okay, that's one side. Go to the other side. And here, cut that. Okay, I'm going to have the stem of the Christmas tree here. And then I cut a little bit off. Okay, actually put it straight like this. And I cut off a little bit on each side. So then we're getting the shape of the tree. And of course also cut it even here. There we have it. And take each piece off. Okay, I'm going to make a line, kind of, I'm not cutting through, but just gently cut in the center, and then the other side here. And now I'm slicing each side and about 1 inch wide. One side, and here comes the other side. So just this. Alright, and I take another one, and I keep slicing all the way up on each side, and making them the same size, same width. And then I'm going to twist it, and I twist it once, twice, and look how pretty it is. I think it is. And here comes the other side, once, twice. Put it down, and this one once, twice. Okay, and here we go, once, twice. And I keep slicing all the way up, and I keep twisting each. And of course at the beginning I twist twice. Later on I realize it will only be one time I can twist it, because the branches get shorter. But I can still twist twice. Cut one more little piece here. Just one little twist, that's fine. Okay, and look at that tree. Isn't it cute? I think it is. And here we have the Finnish Christmas tree, shaped like a pretty Christmas tree, I think. And I'm going to cover it up now and let it rest for about half an hour to 45 minutes. That should be sufficient. And then I'll heat up the oven to about 350 in the meantime. So I'll cover it up and I'll be back. And I just whipped up an egg with a little milk, and I'm going to brush it on the Christmas tree before I sprinkle it with the crystallized sugar. Okay, so here we brush it on, pour it over the tree. Gives it a nice shine. The crystallized sugar on the tree, on the branches only. And here it is in the oven, and I'll be back in about 15 minutes. And the 15 minutes are up, but I think I'll give it another 5 minutes because it can take a little bit more color. And it should be okay. And here we have the Christmas tree out of the oven. I think it looks so good. Gee, but I don't think I'm going to taste it because I'm going to have a party and I want to serve it for my guests, so I will wait to eat it later on. But it was in the oven for about between 20 and 25 minutes. In the meantime, I can taste one of the rolls, and let's have a bite here. This is also good. Definitely. They're pretty too, I think. Very good. Excellent. And I wish all of you happy holidays. Enjoy it. Have fun. Merry Christmas, glædelig jul, and skål. And please subscribe to our channel. We appreciate it so much. Thank you. Take care.